Hi, this is Jenny from Jenny's Crayon Collection, and today we're going to name the 100 Super Tips. This is something that you guys have been asking for a while to actually name them. Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button below because I like to help you guys find the coolest art supplies, both old and new, for whatever project you're doing. If you watch my other video, these are already labeled with like a number. Your number is going to be different, but I'm going to go through kind of the process in this video of why I chose the color names. So here's all the color names, and we're going to actually do a chart. I'm going to say why I chose all those color names and kind of go through the rationale and how I arrived to them. And then if you just want to get to the color chart and do it, you can see, but if you want to hear the reasoning behind, this video is really going to be for you. Here's my swatch chart. Actually, I have two of them. I decided to put them in here. If you do want to put like a number on your super tips, you can. I will put the corresponding number from mine, but your number could be different. Like you actually might start with 1, but I have different numbers because I labeled them beforehand. Mine are going to be a tad different than yours would be as far as number wise, but other than that, the colors will be the same. Let's dump these out. I know you guys are like, dump out! I love dumping out art supplies. A few of you are like, why are you dumping them all out? I like to dump them out just to see all of them, how pretty they are. Here's all our 100 super tips. You can see I have the names. I have numbers on them already. I have all my super tips dumped out, which I like to do. They're all numbered, so it should be really easy to put in this spot. You might have seen my other video where I made this. So this corresponds with all of these and their numbers. This is my chart. This is actually what it looks like in Excel before I make it super pretty. You'll have a different sheet. You'll have something that looks like this. And I can kind of show you what you'll do. What you'll do is you'll come over here. If you've already numbered them, you can put them in your number order, whatever you want to do. You'll come over here, and let's say you have this, 29. You'll know that it's one of those two. What you'll kind of do is you can draw it to this side and you can see which you think, or you can even draw on there and see if it matches. I'm going to draw over here to the side. So 29 I said was yellow. There you go. You see that yellow, it matches. That's what you're going to do with all these is you're just going to go over here. You can even like do the swatches and then match them up, or you could use this and like for the outside ones, you can just draw next to it. But for the inside ones, you could like do a swatch and then like compare it. And then you'll see which one goes with which color. How did I do this? Let's talk about that. It took hours. First off, I had this, then I had the list from Crayola, right? And so I went through and I tried to match them up. I looked at some of the crayon colors. I looked at, let's look at that one last. I went through and this was another iteration of trying to match it up. I think I even have another one somewhere of trying to match it up. I have some of like their other colors and I tried to match them up to those like other colors I pulled off like the internet, like what manganese was or what color exactly manganese was, because I didn't know exactly. Like I pulled in, these are silver swirls. I pulled in that to see some of the colors and just kind of get an idea of where these colors were. I even pulled up, these are like the original, some of the original Crayola crayons. I pulled in some of those just to see like if they would match up and see where they were. I don't know if the color will. I don't think it's totally like, let's say they have one called lemon. I don't know if it's lemon all the time. That'd be interesting to know because there was one that was lemon in here. These are some more that were there. These ones were actually named different. This is Sharpie right here, and this is Crayola. So like magenta, I tried to pull in, and I even pulled in like have some other charts, like all the markers. This was my first attempt. These are some more markers or crayons. I think these are all the crayons. And then these are the Super Tips. On the back of the Super Tips 50 count box, this is where I kind of ended up going, was they have 50 of these. Some of the colors that are in here are not in the 100 count. They could be, but they could be named something different. Figured all the ones in here would have to match up. Red was red in here, it would probably be red in the 100. So after all my iterations, all my hours, I went back and I started at square one again, it seemed like. So then I came in here and I matched them all to what I think. I used the back of the box, what this looked like, and I also used what they look like here. So this is the one I created for my website. And then this is the one I went and matched it to. I pulled these colors from the back of the box. So I don't know if the back of the box is 100% accurate. So what I'll do is I'll probably eventually update the 50 Super Tips Markers box to reflect what this says. I went through a lot of these just to see. And so even some of the ones from my 50, like you can see how grass gray and like olive gray and cocoa brown, they were, this box is older and markers don't last forever. Some of them weren't 100% on the paper, and I probably have another box somewhere, but I was like, that's close enough. We can kind of, like if I have a bright orange and then I match it. So what I did was I came over here and I would come and say, oh, that's bright orange right there. You can see, and how that is lobster red. So I can bring it closer to the camera so you can really see how those two match up. And that's how I did it. I went through and I said, okay, which one does this match up to? This one must be orange. And because if it was one that was not writing as clear, I was like, well, that's probably that. It's just, it's not working 100%. So the colors, like some of the color might be missing. And I figured some of the ones like cocoa brown could be the TDM brown. I just matched them all up. And then I was able to find 50 of them. And then after I found the 50 of them, I have to go back. I have so many charts here. So many charts. So after I went back, I was able to kind of match the other ones up with what they should be. And like this one had rose/peach, so I just put in peach. So that's a really peach looking color. Like there was a flesh in here. And flesh could be any color. And they actually just came out with colors of the world. And I just went in there and I kind of found what looked like it matched up. That was my rationale for that. I don't know if these are like 100%, but they're as close as I can. And some of them, I think there was one where I was like, that really looks like that. And I kind of used my judgment. Like pearl gray, when we get to it, had like, had sparkles on it, and you would think that would be silver, but gold didn't have any sparkles on it. So I was like, could be pearl. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get to the swatch chart now. And what you'll do, if you haven't already numbered your pencils from my other video, is what you'll do, and I'm not gonna be doing it, but you'll come in here and you'll say, you'll put a number by each of these to start with. And either when you find the color that it is from looking at this, when you find the color it is, and what you'll do, you could even just do something like this and then match them up. That would be easy enough to do that. Both of these charts will be available. I'll leave the link below. That's where you get those from, you just sign up below and you can get these charts. So you can get this chart, so you can match them, and then you can get this chart so you can swatch them. I would just keep this. I kept this with my Super Tips. Then you can just keep this with your Super Tips. So that way when you go to color, you'll be able to know what color it is. Also next, if you guys want me to do like a color combo video, let me know below. Like if you want to know what colors would look good together, like complementary colors or like contrasting colors, let me know. And I can kind of maybe make a video with like a whole bunch of color palettes, so that way you guys can have fun coloring with that. Or if you're like, I want you to color this thing, if there's something you want me to color and show you how I would color it, let me know too. Okay. If you swatch them, that'll probably be easy. So you'll come over here, match them, and then after that, you can write a number to the side if you want to keep a number on them here, or if you want to write the whole name, you can too. I would use like a Sharpie to put it on, so that way it'll stay on. in, or you can label them with a label, or there's a lot of different ways that you could do this. We have here 63. I'm going to be using a different chart than you guys would be because I already have mine numbered. So here's my chart, but just pretend like it's your chart. So I'll come over here and I'll pretend. So 63. So you can see even the order I did for this one, I changed it up a bit. So 63. Oh, 63. That's what I have. So 63 I have as light blue. So you'll come over here. You'll say, yep, that looks like that color. And your printer might be a little bit off, so just kind of work with that too. So if you need to do like the swatch first and then kind of match them up that way before you actually swatch this chart, you could do that. So I'm going to write in here. Let me make sure this was not 68. Yeah, that does not look like intermediate violet. So 63. So you'll come in here, do your swatch however you want to do it, then write the number that you put on the pencil. I'll put the completed ones up here. So then we have 14. So come over here. What did we have for 14? Amaranth. So that was one I had to look up. I was like, what is amaranth? So some of these, a lot of them are flowers that I don't recognize. So I think amaranth was a flower. Interesting that they chose flowers, right? Okay. All right, there we go. 42. I should like put these in order. Seaweed green. Seaweed green I put as dark because I thought, oh, that looks cool. So seaweed green. So 42. Doesn't that look like seaweed? Like if you're wrapping up your sushi or something like that. Okay, 43. Not to be confused with 42. This one's deep green. So the difference there was like deep green and dark green. So going through this, I was like, I think deep green would be different color palette than a dark green. So dark green would correspond to green to light green, if that makes sense. So this one is 51 on mine. So turquoise. And it's interesting, on the back of this box, I'll show you. They have like turquoise. You see how light turquoise was lighter than turquoise. Like turquoise was greener. So I thought that was interesting. So turquoise. Not to be confused with light turquoise. Turquoise is 51. Yep, 51. So it's like a little greener than light turquoise. Okay. Then we have 40, which is green. So you'll have to let me know if you guys think this is accurate or if there are ones that you would change personally. 87, I had as old blue. This was one I had no idea. It was kind of one of the ones that was last, and I was like, okay, that sounds like old blue. I kind of thought maybe it was a gray or something, you know. So that's what I picked for old blue. 70 for me, which is maybe on this page. Nope. 70 is mead violet. So the only thing, I can't really find this one online, but I found Mead, the like company. That's about it. I didn't know what else. So okay, 76 is ivory. So that one looks pretty ivory to me. So that one was one of the ones that was fairly easy to do. But that one could also be flush. Any of these ones down here could be flush. So Oh, the flush was hard. 27. I have as bright yellow. It's like in between orange and yellow to me. So then, let me show you. I think that was one. Oh yeah, here. It's in the back here. So, it was mango. So, they called it bright yellow. They called it mango. So I was like, oh, that's the same one. It's just a different name. So, 37, which is like mango, I guess is more like fruit-y. 37 is light green. So you can see how those two, that one's lighter. That's why I chose that one. Okay. 49. Ming green. I found there were so many greens in here. So your process might, instead of writing the number on here, you might already have the number on here, so you might be writing the number on here as you're going through, or the name. Okay. 79 I had as sepia. Okay. Make sure you get those lids on tight so they don't dry out. Okay, 94 is gray. Okay. You have to let me know if these work out for you, if you're able to match them up. Okay, number 1 is lilac violet. It's a pretty color. All right, 32. Oriental green. This was one that was kind of left over. I had it as different colors throughout this process, and I was like, maybe that one, maybe that one. So, okay, number 2 is orchid violet. That one's a pretty flower too. 53 is light sky blue. Let's see, was that one in the 50? Oh, the 50's also on this side. They just had sky blue. So, no, it was not. All right, this one is 61. Blue. This was the one I chose for blue. So 61. See that one just a little bit different. Okay, 24. Ochre gold. So ochre is actually one of their original color names. Meaning it's kind of like from the ground. I think it's a mineral. Okay, so they actually had gold ochre. So this one actually kind of looks like, oh yeah, ochre gold. So actually, I can show you real fast. So this is like from their 1910 crayons. It actually matches up pretty good, considering like that's like a original Crayola color from back in the day. So I was pretty impressed with that one. 23 is ochre. So this one, 23. I actually think I changed it over here. Yeah, so where did I put olive gold? I moved olive gold down, but that's okay. So you can see it, this one's just a little bit redder. Okay. 56. I have as Prussian blue. Hi, sweetie. Okay, 58. I have a sky blue, so I was able to match this one up. If you hear a little girl, that's my daughter. So you can see light sky blues up there. So it's a little greener, and then, okay, 39 I have as leaf green. Okay, 45 is, let's see, aqua green. So 40, 45. Look at how close these are, Ming and aqua. 96 I have as deep gray. Oh, I don't need to turn that over. Okay, deep gray. So deep and dark right here. 96. They're both pretty dark. Definitely darker than the gray. Okay, 71, grape violet. That looks pretty grape to me. Okay. 83 is olive brown. Uh-oh, this one's starting to wear out a little. Since I did it, I must not have put the cap on right. See? Yeah, because it was okay like earlier. Look at how different that is. Teaches you, always put your caps on tight. Okay. 21. I wish, like, if you have this many supplies and the names aren't, sometimes, like, instead of buying a whole box, you can buy them individually, which would be nice. So, orange. And this matched up nicely. Oh, kind of, with that orange. That one was not good either. Okay. We have 86. Actually, I think my son was using these the other day. It's like, you have your own super tips? They do. They have a ton of art supplies too. 86 is gray-green. So that looks kind of green, huh? Okay. And then 67 is light violet. So I really kind of took this as like, that one's definitely more of a blue than the other one. You know what? I wonder. Yeah, violet 72. Okay, 11. 11 is pale pink. Okay, 74 is burnt brown. Burnt brown. Where's burnt brown? Oh, okay, 74. Okay. 16 is brick red. That's one that's actually in the color, the Crayola crayons also. Let's see, I had as laurel green. Okay. Okay, 50. All right, 22 is gold. Okay. I wonder if this one could be ochre and this one could be gold ochre. I put that one as ochre gold because of the original crayon, but it's kind of where I based mine out of. But maybe this one could be ochre now. Okay, ochre, and then this one could be ochre gold. 46 I have as pale green. '81. So I was trying to go with their true. two colors from a long time ago, but maybe ochre, because that looks kind of goldish. So I could see how that could be ochre gold, and that could be ochre. So if you want to change it, let me know. Brown. If you think we should do a poll. Should we keep it true to what it was originally, or should we match more common sense now? Number 3, I had as bright purple. Okay, number 4, I have as dark Kleichman. So this one was interesting. This was a flower also. It was kind of a purpley flower, so when I did this, I was like, I can't really find one that was left over that was purpley. So this one's more pink, and that was kind of more purpley. So, I mean, it is kind of purpley compared to like this one. So, number 5, I had as blood red. So very close to Big Red. You can, some of these, it's hard to tell the difference. Like if you're coloring with them, you'd be like they look the same pretty much. Okay, 48. They are all different. Jade green, 48. Like all 3 of those. Yeah, that's why it was also hard to figure out what they were. 35 is bright green. Right, number 99 is hazelnut. Wish my olive brown wasn't ruined. Okay, 64, because I don't think this one has an olive brown in it, does it? Nope, it doesn't. Okay, so I'd have to buy another box of 100 to get olive brown. Navy blue is 64. This one was hard too. I went back and forth. I mean, that's not, and even when you buy navy clothes, they can be so different. Okay, 31, pea green.
What happened?
What happened? Okay, 34. Is mint green. Okay. 93. Okay, so this is the one with the silver tip, but I think that looks more pearly, so that's why I chose that. So this one is pearl gray, so 93, pearl gray. I don't know if they had, yeah, they didn't have pearl in that one, or a silver. 93. And I had the silver swirls, which were kind of a precursor to pearl crayons, and that kind of reminds me of that. So that's kind of why I chose that. Okay, 92, silver gray. Okay, 72. I got for violet. There we go. See how nice that looks? Okay, 60 I have as manganese light blue. And 41 I have as grass green. So to go back to the ochre versus ochre gold, so if you want to switch these around, you totally could, and it just wouldn't reflect this chart. But if you want to call that one ochre and the other one ochre gold, you can. So 69 I have as lavender. This is one I went back and forth on too, because let me show you. Let's see. The crayon lavender, it's like almost a pink, and the orchid was a purple. But when I came into here, on the back of the box, the lavender here is purple, and the lilac. So, and then, you know, I have an orchid in this one. So the lilac was a definite purple. This one's a definite pink from the crayon box. So that's where the crayon box, I think that was the one that was one of the most different. So 39. I'm almost done with these greens. Leaf green. Oh, we already got that one. Okay, 6 was geranium, and that was one that was actually in here, so it was kind of easier to find. And I just looked at the back of the box. I love it. It's looking so pretty. Probably halfway there. 36. I have this bean green. Again, very similar to bright green, but slightly different. 98. I have as black. That looks like, seriously, like all the super dark ones were kind of hard to tell the difference between them all. Like, ah, this one looks good. 38 sage green. Okay. All right, 100. I think I have as lilac. Yeah. And see, lilac, violet, and then lilac. So I chose this one. Actually, I wonder, now that I'm looking at it, it was so hard, like, to tell. Yeah, see, that one definitely looks like that. That one's a little bit lighter than that one, so that's kind of why I did that one the way it was. I was like, that looks... We'll see when this one dries, if it's lighter, because if not, maybe you could switch that one around. Okay, so 7 I have as magenta. Okay, 29, which we already kind of looked at, was yellow. Looks yellow to me. Okay, 47. Fluorescent green. This is one I went back and forth on too. I was like, I don't know. Let's see, but that looks kind of fluorescent, so it's kind of like a turquoise, but it's bright. 62. DM blue, which I had no idea. So this was one I was at kind of the end. I chose. It looks blue. I don't know if that means medium blue, so it would almost be similar to blue. 97 is dark gray, so almost black, but not quite. You can see there's like a subtle difference there. So you have deep gray, dark gray. I chose that one because, I don't know, honestly, it was hard to tell. 20, some of these I just had to choose. Bright orange. This one was one that was in here. 20. So I just matched it to the color. It's kind of almost like, I don't know if bright means like kind of a combination, like an intermediate, you know, how they have tertiary and secondary colors. So I don't know if bright had something to do with that. 17. So cherry is one that I found too was different in the Crayola world. Like there was sometimes it was, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, so these were Magic Sense. That cherry is like almost purple, like the dark Kleikerman or whatever it would have been. But the cherry in another one, let me see if I can find that one. There was another one, and the cherry looked almost red. And it was from a newer line of, okay, so even this one. So if you compare these two cherries, so look at that. You can see how that one's more red, and that one's definitely more that color. Let me see if I can find this other one. Oh, here. You have cherry here. This is kind of what I compared it to. So this was a cherry in a different thing, and you can see the orange looks orange. We haven't gotten to the lemon yet, so, but the lemon will be pretty similar too. So I kind of based some of these, like, I actually wanted this to be grape, but when I went in and I looked, this violet right here was closest, and I figured this, so maybe for this one, it was supposed to be violet, but they just called it grape. So I think it was like, this one's not 100% accurate. That was my take on it. So there's a lot of different ways to look at it. So 82, dark brown. That looks pretty dark to me. 65, I had as dark blue. Another dark. See, that one almost looks, it's not quite the same color family as that, but it's dark. And I don't know if it was in this one. Let's see. Yeah, it was in that one. So that's why I chose that one. I mean, could this have been navy? And that been dark blue? Oh, actually, I chose it based on the back. So when I came over here, dark blue was a little greener. That's why I chose that. And the navy blue was a little bluer, and that was a little more purpley. So that's exactly why I went by the back of their box. If their back of the box is accurate, then mine is accurate. But if their back of the box is not accurate, mine is not accurate. So 33. I have pastel green. So some of these were hard, like the difference between like a pastel green and a pale green. And I kind of looked at pastels more as like the actual pastels they have. So some of those pastels are pretty like saturated. So I said pale was not saturated, and then pastel could be saturated, but just maybe a little bit lighter. Okay, 8 is Kleckman. So those kind of look the same, but one's dark and one's not. Okay, 25. I had as olive gold. Okay, 80 I have as TDM brown, which was another one I didn't know, so I think this could be cocoa. So it was similar to cocoa in here. That one was really bad shape. Okay, 9, because it was, I left it out. 9 is pastel pink. So like that one's bright. See how that one's different? Like that one, here's your pastel, and here's your pale. So pale is less saturated, and that has saturated, but it's light. Okay. So 44, I have dark green. All right. 91, I think, was silver. Yep. So these are very, very similar. So that's why I chose them, because silver and silver gray would be very close. So 30 is lawn green. All right, so next we have 28, lemon yellow. very, very close to yellow. Okay, next we have 59, which is manganese blue. Is that totally accurate? That's what it says on here. Where's my, so I drew it from here to here. I'll have to come back to those because I'm not 100% happy with that. Okay, 78 is light brown. Unless that was totally the wrong color. Nope. Okay, 78, light brown. Okay. 75, I have medium brown. So I actually started a video where I was like, oh look, I'll show them how I'm doing this. And then it would have been like a 10-hour video. I was like, no one's gonna watch a 10-hour video of me talking and trying to figure this out. So I stopped and I was like, I'll figure this out and then I will do a video. So you guys don't have to watch hours and hours like I just did. Oh, I don't think. 73, so I might change that one around. So 73. Okay. Pastel light blue. Oh, 85 gray blue. $89. $68. $77. $15. I think that's red. Yep. $26. Sun yellow. $19. Lobster red. Okay. All right, 56. Oh, I already did that one. Oh, this one's 66. It's just not written on there very well. Oriental blue. It looks like a 5. Okay. 95. I think that's asphalt gray. Okay. 12. I think it's salmon. 18. Rosewood, which I thought this was a brown at first because the wood name, but it's actually a red. And I don't know. Let's see. Okay, 13. Rose peach. Looks like a rose. It's peach. 90. So I think light gray. Yep. I just love how even the light colors, all the colors just are so pretty. Stand of Blue is another one I had no idea. So if you know what Stand of Blue is supposed to be, it was like a light one. I was like, oh, that's very interesting. 52, light turquoise, which is darker than the turquoise, but the turquoise is greener. So, okay, right, 88. Light blue gray. So which one? Olive green is the one we don't have left. I wonder if he was using my olive brown too. That makes me sad. They were using them the other day. They saw them. They were like, these look so cool. So olive green, I have it as 84. There we go. So still blue. What number did I have for still blue? All right, 57. It was not my kid's fault. All right, 57, still blue. So manganese blue. Oh, it's definitely, I mean, it almost looks like the blue, so I see why. That definitely matches up. So I would go with 60 for this one. For the light blue, I think I'm going to change it to this one because this is from the internet. So this is more like it. And then I'm going to call 59 sky blue. So that's where a little bit of this too is like, what do you want to call them? Like, what would you use them for? So I think those are the only ones I would change out of this whole thing. I had them switched up. So I must have just put the wrong like number next to mine, and I probably fixed it in here. So this is right. This is right. So if you want to switch them around and have sky blue be like the light version of manganese blue, which it looks like they are, you can do that, but you don't have to. If you want to go purely off of what Crayola says they are, you can do that too. So I hope you guys liked this video, and I hope you guys liked finding all the names for the super tips. So make sure that you check out that link below so that way you can get your own chart. So I will have this, and I will also have this so you guys can match them up yourself. So let me know what you guys think. Are you guys able to swatch all of yours and get the color names? Are you guys excited about that? I know a few of you are. You've been asking for it. So hopefully this helps out a little bit. So make sure you get these below. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button below and subscribe, because I like to help you guys find the coolest art supplies, like these 100 super tips. And I'm going to have some other cool things coming up, some new crayons that have come out. We're going to go over some Prismacolor stuff. So we just have a lot of stuff coming up that is really neat, and that will be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you guys later.